afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. Danica Lewis in for the vacationing Susan Simon. Are you a pickup truck gal?
Oh, you know, I don't trust myself with big vehicles. It's hard enough with my little Civic to do any sort of parking at a remedial level.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's probably for the best that I stay away from. They are cool, though.
Yeah, they are cool. And Harvey Briggs will be along later on. We're going to take out the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro.
Wow.
It's an off-roader.
It's an off-roader with a long name.
It sure is. That's coming up. But first, here's what's making news on this Wednesday. Madison police are investigating an early morning shooting that prompted a lockout for the Madison Metropolitan School District.
And a plane carrying 200 Americans from Wuhan, China has arrived in California where passengers are now in isolation.
And senators get to ask questions for the first time during the Senate impeachment trial.
We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. First, let's take a look outside and get those weather words for the day. The birds enjoying the mild weather.
A little junko out at the bird feeder.
There you go. Feeding, and the sun will come out. Yeah, not tomorrow. Eventually, the weather words. Let's turn it over to Dana Fulton.
No, I think it's Chris today.
Oh, Chris today. My goodness, I get them all mixed up. Chris, how's it looking out there? How's it feeling out there? And do you see any birds?
You know, it's weather person roulette sometimes when it comes to the show. But we are here, all right, now, and I'll tell you what, it does not feel that bad, at least to me, especially when you think of what the weather was like a year ago when we had those temperatures as much as 30 degrees below zero. So it's cold, it's winter, it's certainly cloudy. We have been on repeat with talking about the cloud cover and how much of that we've seen. We're actually watching right now for some flurries that could move in as we go through the rest of the afternoon. So folks, don't be surprised if you do see some flurries as you begin to head home. This is all a part of a little system that's been passing by towards the south. It looked a lot more impressive 24 hours ago, but it's run into drier air, so it's just been falling apart. But I do think we will have a chance to see some flurries. But as we get later in the show, I am talking about the return of some sunshine, and not only is it the return of some sunshine, folks, but we have 40s in that forecast, so you do not want to miss that coming up in just a few minutes and how long that's going to last. But the other thing, of course, we're paying very close attention to is the traffic. This is the Beltline at Park Street right now, which oddly enough is moving along smoothly. There is a lot of green showing up on the road maps right now. You see a couple delays as you work your way closer to downtown, specifically right around where Park Street and Fish Hatchery meet. There's always a little bit of a slowdown there right now with some of the construction projects that we do have going on. We're also watching a few slowdowns showing up right in and around campus, so be careful there, but we will keep your close eye on traffic as we go through the rest of the show, guys.
All right, 40s in the forecast.
In February?
40s and sunshine.
It's quite the tease. Yeah, sunshine is the key there, right, Chris?
That is the key.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Madison police investigating an early morning shooting that left a parent and child injured.
Some Madison schools went on lockout status as a precaution, saying the shooting involved students. Madeline O'Neill is live at North Lawn Avenue and Dale Street in Madison's east side where this all happened. Maddie?
Danica and Mark, residents here and police tell me this is usually a really quiet neighborhood, hardly any cars going by on this road. But today, Madison's Violent Crime Unit is investigating a shooting that happened between two cars at an intersection here. Police say they received several reports of neighbors hearing shots fired at about 7 this morning. Initial investigations show one car with a parent and two children were stopped at an intersection when a passenger in another car got out and shot several rounds at the car, injuring the parent and one child.
So certainly we have someone shooting numerous rounds in a quiet neighborhood where people are either sleeping or just waking up. Fortunately, none of these rounds hit any homes that we're aware of at this point, but we have a vehicle that's hit with a parent and two children inside. And so we're just very, very fortunate at this point that this is not a homicide.
Police are investigating this as an attempted homicide and believe it was a targeted shooting. The injured parent and child are expected to be okay. MMSD officials tell us because a few students were connected in some way to the shooting, may it be as a victim or witnesses. Schools, including La Follette, East High, Senate Middle, and Nuestra Mundo were put on what's called a lockout, like a lockdown when there's a perceived threat outside the school. Now, that was lifted after about a half hour before 11 a.m., and the day went on as usual at those schools. Now, as of now, police are still looking for any potential suspects or a motive. They ask anyone who may have seen anything in this neighborhood or anyone with security footage, even within a few blocks of here, to give police a call. Now, coming up at 6, we'll hear more from MMSD on what that lockout meant along with the neighbor in this neighborhood.
All right, Madeline O'Neill reporting from Madison's east side this evening. Thank you, Maddie.
At least 6 people are in police custody in Rock County as part of an investigation by Wisconsin's Division of Criminal Investigation. Beloit police say the people were all inside a house along the 900 block of Vine Street in Beloit this morning. Officials say this investigation started over a year ago, and they executed a search warrant with multiple agencies.
It just shows the teamwork that we have together, and we were able to come up with a plan less than 24 hours to execute this search warrant. Everybody was involved. People put in a lot of hard work throughout the last 24 hours to make this a successful operation.
Officials say the community is not in danger. Charges are pending, but the Beloit Police Department could not specify what those charges would be. The Lake Mills School District is releasing more information on a bomb threat this morning that prompted an evacuation. Around 11:20 this morning, the office of the Lake Mills Area School District received a telephone call with what was believed to be a recorded message. Officials immediately acted as if it was credible and moved to a secure off-site location. Investigators are still searching buildings. All classes and events have been canceled.
The investigation continues into the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others. Meanwhile, Bryant's former teammates returned to the team practice facility this morning for the first time since his death. The NBA postponed last night's game against the LA Clippers, but fans will return to the so-called house that Kobe built tonight. The NTSB, in the meantime, says the pilot was just a few minutes from his destination and trying to climb out of the clouds when that chopper slammed into the side of a mountain. There was no crash warning device on board. That device was not required.
There's many variables here, and we don't even have a conclusion that TAWS and this scenario are related to each other.
Wreckage from the crash has been taken to an undisclosed location for analysis. A final report on the accident will take at least a year. The NTSB recommended the FAA require those early warning devices on all helicopters carrying 6 or more passengers as early as 2004. However, the FAA did not act on that recommendation. Also in Los Angeles, fire officials are looking into a potentially suspicious fire that broke out in a 25-story apartment building this morning. The LA Times reports 8 people were injured, including a 3-month-old baby. Initial reports say that some people had jumped from the building, but it was later clarified that some had considered it before being rescued by helicopters and fire ladders. Officials do believe the cause of the fire is suspicious. Many residents are blaming several short-term renters in the building.
A plane filled with Americans who were in the Chinese city at the center of the coronavirus outbreak has arrived back in the United States. The evacuees stepped off the jet at March Air Reserve Base in Moreno Valley, California, where they were taken into isolation. A ground crew wearing white protective gear handled their luggage. The U.S. government chartered the flight to get the 201 Americans, including U.S. diplomats, out of Wuhan, the Chinese city at the center of the novel coronavirus outbreak. The passengers were screened for signs of illness before they left China and again when the plane landed in Alaska to refuel.
During the course of these screening processes, we check for symptoms that would be concerning of the novel coronavirus, including fever, cough, and other respiratory symptoms.
The virus has sickened thousands in China and killed more than 100 people. Some major airlines, including British Airways, have canceled all flights to China, a move the Trump administration is keeping a close eye on. At the airbase, health officials say they are taking measures keeping the passengers away from all military personnel.
United States Chief Justice John Roberts is reading questions from senators from both parties as the next phase of the impeachment trial begins. Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill, where uncertainty still surrounds calls for more witnesses.
A rare moment of laughter came during the Senate impeachment trial as former National Security Advisor John Bolton dominated early questions to House managers and the president's lawyers.
Is there any way for the Senate to render a fully informed verdict in this case without hearing the testimony of Bolton?
No. There's no way to have a fair trial without witnesses.
Then the president would have to have his opportunity to call his witnesses. and there'd be depositions, and this would drag on for months.
President Trump bashed Democrats' calls for testimony from Bolton and other witnesses on Twitter, telling Republicans, don't let the Dems play you. Senate Republican leaders say they're optimistic they'll have the votes to block witnesses despite a split in their caucus.
I'm going to be one of those in favor of calling witnesses. I'm sure there'll be others.
It's also very important that there be fairness, that each side be able to select a witness or two.
West Virginia's Joe Manchin is the first Senate Democrat to say he'll consider a deal for both Bolton and Hunter Biden's testimony.
If Hunter Biden would be one of those people that Justice Roberts says is pertinent to the evidence or to the trial, then absolutely.
Between me and John Bolton, we put the dots together.
Lev Parnas, who claims he helped arrange meetings for President Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani with Ukrainian officials, says he wants to testify. Parnas was in Washington Wednesday for the trial. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
CBS News has obtained a letter from White House lawyers to John Bolton's publishers, blocking them from releasing his upcoming book. That letter was dated days before the New York Times reported that Bolton's manuscript directly links the hold on military aid to Ukraine to investigations into the Bidens.
President Trump is taking a victory lap after signing a new trade deal with Canada and Mexico. Surrounded by business leaders and American workers, President Trump signed off on a revamped trade agreement with Mexico and Canada, two of the nation's biggest trading partners. The new deal, known as the USMCA, updates the 26-year-old North American Free Trade Agreement, which President called one of the worst deals in history. President Trump thanked Republican lawmakers for helping get the deal through Congress, but Democrats, who were also involved in reaching the trade deal, were left off the guest list.
Under NAFTA, companies were given huge incentives to produce cars in foreign countries. The USMCA closes these terrible loopholes and includes strong provisions to ensure that new cars are fashioned by American hands.
Many trade experts expect the impact of the USMCA to be modest. Canada must still ratify the agreement, and all three countries will need to meet some of their own obligations. This is the second trade deal this month. President Trump signed a pact with China 2 weeks ago.
Officials say there's been no significant damage reported after a major earthquake yesterday in the Caribbean. The 7.7 magnitude quake was so powerful that some in Miami say they felt their building shake. Some buildings were even evacuated as a precaution. We're hearing from some Madison area residents who were vacationing in Jamaica during that earthquake in the Caribbean.
They caught up with our Josh Spreiter over FaceTime today.
I started to sway and thought, my gosh, am I getting sick or what's going on?
Jerry Chernelia is part of a group of family and friends from the Madison area in Negril, Jamaica this month. They've been visiting the island every year for the last 26 years, but this was a first for them.
And everyone's looking around, a little bit of panic, and then we all realized it was an earthquake. It lasted a little over a minute.
The earthquake happened Tuesday about 80 miles off the coast of Jamaica.
Can you imagine everyone on the island trying to get on the internet to find out what's going on?
Now, the quake was one thing, but it was the tsunami warning that really got their attention.
Made arrangements to get up into the hills if we needed to. But because the information system here is a little slower than what we're used to, we felt like we just didn't have enough information to make a good decision.
Luckily, there haven't been any reports of major damage or deaths. This wasn't even the first hiccup of their trip. Earlier, they also battled a major storm there. Now they're just hoping nothing else happens before their return to Wisconsin this weekend. Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
Well, they got a story to tell, that's for sure.
No kidding. The pictures won't even do it justice. Well, the day after a historic vice presidential visit to the state capitol, lawmakers considered a very important question. Should Colby be the new state cheese in Wisconsin?
People from Colby, Wisconsin say yeah. Amy Reed joins us now with more on the great cheese debate.
Yeah, on top of all the other policies that legislatures have to consider, what cheese should be our official state cheese? And if you're like me, you thought, Colby? But people who spoke at the hearing on this today actually made some compelling points for this type of cheese. Of course, they were from Colby, Wisconsin, where Colby cheese was born in 1885. And the way these public commenters make it sound, everyone in the 1,800-person town has a deep connection to it. Enough, a high school choir wanted it known in song.
Colby was the name of the creation, a process that was different than the rest. South. You put it in your mouth, a brand new kind of cheese he put to test. Makes the curtain.
Beautiful. The Colby's process. Now, Colby's process in becoming cheese is similar to cheddar, but it's not aged. It has a mild flavor similar to cheddar. WisconsinCheese.com says in its blurb about the cheese that it would be a front runner for state cheese if there were such a thing. I don't know if they were at all involved in this. And for those of you out there saying that it should be cheddar, remember that cheddar originated in England. Another Wisconsin original cheese that might be considered is Brick, but there were no advocates for that at the hearing today.
Brick Lobby wasn't on.
I know, exactly. Brick Lobby was not on top of this.
So you have Colby and Colby Jack.
Colby Jack. Okay, so the difference
This is what I picture Colby as.
Yeah, that's what most people think. But this is actually a mixture of Colby cheese and Monterey Jack cheese, which has a similar cheese-making process to Colby, which I learned in my research today. Look at all the cheese knowledge she has now. I know. And so it looks a lot like cheddar. But yeah, cheddar's usually aged.
I can't believe we don't have a state cheese.
That is surprising.
No other state in the country has a state cheese.
But we're the Dairyland.
If someone's going to do it, Wisconsin's going to do it.
Can you pass me a chunk of the Colby?
He's of course he can do it.
Yes.
All right.
This is okay.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah.
Keep
For multiple reasons.
Keep us posted. Still to come at 4. Does it seem like our weather in southern Wisconsin is changing?
Yeah, well, that's because it is, and there are new numbers to prove it now. A Wisconsin state climatologist has the details for us when Live at 4 continues.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Have you heard the news? Ganser Company is your home for J.D. Power's top-ranked window and patio door manufacturer, Infinity from Marvin. You'll get 80 years of our experience to make an informed decision in 80 minutes.
Schedule your free in-home consultation and get your home ready for the Wisconsin winter.
Ganser has the answer. Remember, 80 years and 80 minutes from a local family business of 4 generations.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death.
There's no increased risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Well, a company known for vintage video games now wants to run gaming-friendly hotels.
Atari says it plans to open 8 hotels in the U.S. that may look like this. They'll have spaces for virtual and augmented reality and venues for esports events. The company says parents will be able to host video game slumber parties and other events for kids. The construction of the first hotel in Phoenix gets underway this fall. Other future locations include Las Vegas, of course, Denver, Chicago, Austin, Seattle, San Francisco, and San Jose, California. It was a quiet day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 11 points, closing at 28,734. The Nasdaq was up 5, but the S&P 500 lost almost 3. Well, it may come at no surprise, but new research shows that the climate of southern Wisconsin is changing.
UW researchers say we're getting milder with more snow and more rain. Assistant Wisconsin State climatologist Ed Hopkins is here to explain what that research really shows. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for being with us.
You just said it.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us.
Right.
Okay.
There we go.
So what numbers are you looking at? What time period?
Well, actually, we're looking at least I generally look at going back as far as possible. But, and that goes back to the mid-1890s. But really in the last, since about 1971, things have begun to warm. And we have various, I like to do graphs of and showing and put it on our state climatology webpage where we show that there's been a steady, or not steady, because we have variable year-to-year variations in the weather. In fact, last year, as you just mentioned before, we had one of the coldest days since 1996. But if you look at the overall trend, there has been an increase it's for the state it's over 2.5 or almost 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's a lot.
Since 1971.
I think we have some of the graphs here that since 71 that's when it's really started picking up.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, okay. What I have here is a chart, a map that shows the variation. Now, first of all, you'll see a lot of variability between individual years. And some of these are due to various things such as the El Nino and La Nina and polar vortex and things like this. In fact, the polar vortex about 4 years ago has a downward
pretty blatant on there, yeah.
And but then you have this this trend overall, and I ran statistics to show that there is about 2.4 Fahrenheit degree change.
We want to talk about precipitation too, because we've been reporting, at least on our side, a lot about flooding.
If you show another graph,
we've got it.
Okay,
look at that, the magic of television, Ed.
The precipitation. In fact, if you actually take a look, now this is for south central Wisconsin, which is the 6 counties from Columbia and Dodge south to the state line. Last year, while the state had the most precipitation since 1895, southern Wisconsin the year before, and that was mainly because of the heavy deluges out in western Dane County.
Sure.
And that.
Oh, we remember.
Yeah, and the precipitation has gone 7 inches, which is about 24% of normal.
And this is
or 24% increase.
And there's no reason to believe that this is not going to continue.
Yeah, I'm afraid, yes, it should continue for a while at least.
So getting warmer and wetter.
Exactly.
Is there anything we can do? Or is this just a trend we're going to see?
It's a trend we're going to see. People are going to have to worry about things such as rivers and lakes and things like this, and also see what you can do about farmers.
Yeah,
there you
absolutely.
go. No.
All right. Well, it's not comforting news, but it's news nonetheless.
Yes.
Ed, thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Still to come forward, the demand for face masks has skyrocketed since the outbreak of the coronavirus.
But are they even effective in preventing the spread of that virus? We'll find out why after Chris's First Alert forecast.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer, standing in the struggle, hustling through the hurt, asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
Welcome back to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, where the action's really heating up.
Yeah, Jerry, let's go down to Tina and see what's happening.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Cheryl and Greg, and they just won the huge jackpot. What are you guys gonna do with all that cash?
We're gonna go to
Fiji.
Fiji.
My mom. Hi, Mom. They're going to visit Mom. Maybe they'll take her on vacation.
Oh, it looks like a great day for Cheryl and Greg.
Hey, I wish I could join them.
Gaming Madison.
Start the new year with great deals from Jeep and Don Miller. It's the Start Something New sales event on now. Get the 2020 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4. Lease for only $299 per month, 42 months, 10,000 miles a year. $2,500 plus taxes and fees due at signing. The 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited with heated leather seats. There's great selection. Over $4,000 off MSRP after all discounts and rebates and your own Don Miller deal. Don Miller, Madison and Dane County's Jeep headquarters. Odana Road, Madison.
We'll take a look at this. A Tennessee man under arrest for smoking marijuana sparked a controversy by sparking up a joint in front of the judge. Spencer Boston was in court in Wilson County facing a marijuana possession charge. Speaking to the judge, Boston expressed his opinion that weed should be legal. Then he put his money where his mouth was, firing up a marijuana cigarette he had in his pocket. Boston was quickly detained, charged with disorderly conduct and possession and contempt. He was sentenced to at least 10 days in the joint, as it were.
Nice. Nice. I see what you did there.
See what you did there?
Well, that's a bold statement.
What an idiot.
That's a bold... I was going to say it's a bold statement, but
Yeah, it
to each
was.
their own opinion. All right. So your brain weighs about 3 pounds.
That's right. And while exercising it won't help you shed any weight, it could at least help you keep your mind sharp. Today is National Puzzle Day, and a great excuse to spend a few minutes playing your favorite brain game. Think jigsaw, crossword, Sudoku, or anything that challenges you to think. Your brain will thank you for a little time devoted towards its well-being.
Keep it sharp.
Keep it sharp. Yeah. Weather helps us do that.
Does it?
Most days.
Not this weather.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
but it's the
kinda
same
gloomy.
thing every day. It gets a little mush, but I always tell people one of the things I love about the challenges of winter forecasting, as many headaches as we get, is it does keep your brain sharp.
Yeah, it's
as a forecast.
It's tough sometimes.
Yeah, there could be more of that in the forecast, or maybe sunshine at 40s, or both. I'll tell you after the break.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you?
I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
I've been down this road before and I've seen a thing or two. I've met every devil, so I'm not afraid of you.
$3,000 total cash back. Or get 0 for 60 financing plus $3,000 retail bonus cash.
This January, you can join Anytime Fitness for just $1. You have health and fitness goals. Let us help you reach them. Join in January and also get 2 weeks of unlimited training. Offer ends soon. Join Anytime Fitness for just $1.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. And we continue that fight for justice every day in towns throughout Wisconsin. Habush, and Rotier.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick Clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
They look great. They're affordable. Stanton, how do you do it? Oh, nice.
Are those?
Get out!
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, one thing is for sure, that is that we are still cloudy here in south central Wisconsin, and we have more chances for flurries coming up in our forecast. But here comes the sunshine. The big question is when. That is what I'm going to be answering here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, we've been watching high-resolution Doppler just for the chance for some flurries to come through this afternoon. Right now, throughout most of Dane County, we are in the clear. That goes for Fitchburg, Waunakee, Cross Plains, Mount Horeb, all the way down towards Belleville. But as we zoom things out, you can see just back towards the south and west where we've had a little bit of flurry activity come through at times. This is a part of a system that's been over the Midwest that was a lot more impressive, say, 24 hours ago than it is right now. In fact, watch the radar loop just going through the overnight hours. You see this impressive snow system starting to develop across St. Louis, parts of central Illinois and Missouri, and boom. Just like that, it falls apart. It's really very wimpy looking at the moment. This is a weak area of low pressure. That's going to pass down towards the south. High pressure overhead really supplying some of the drier air that took out the moisture and energy from this system. And then we're going to keep a close eye on this little area of low pressure by the time we get you towards the later part of the week. The reason for that, it is actually going to come our direction. High pressure slides towards the south a little bit tomorrow. Keeps us cloudy, but drier and colder. That starts to shift towards the east, making way for this next system to come our direction by the time we get you towards Friday. And by Friday afternoon and evening, we could see a little chance for some flurries or light snow coming our way. It's going to be quickly on through here. This is a part of a little cold front, but then temperatures begin to mild up as we move into the weekend as well. Let's show you the temperatures on top of things by the time we go through tonight and into tomorrow. You'll want a jacket. 6 o'clock, temperatures will be right around 18 degrees. We'll top out around 30 for your Thursday. Once again, the clouds stick around. But here we are. By the time we get into Friday and Friday afternoon, we start to see the chance for some light snow. I don't think that's going to be all that big of a deal. The chilly air moves towards the north and east. Pay attention to what begins to develop across the western part of the country. This truly is some milder air, folks. That actually begins to graze us by the time we get you into Sunday. This is when we're going to see those temperatures in the 40s, and Super Bowl Sunday is the day that we get some sunshine in here. But that's ahead of another push of some colder air that will also perhaps bring a little bit of a stormier setup. The next 8 to 14 days, the upper Midwest is looking to be favored for below normal temperatures. We also have a higher probability of above normal precipitation as we go through time as well. Something to keep a very close eye on. But in the meantime, folks, Sunday is the day. It's Groundhog Day. today, but that is the day we'll see some sunshine. Temperatures will be in the low 40s on Monday as well, but by Monday night we start to see the rain return towards the forecast, and then the temperatures drop. We are talking snow Monday night into Tuesday, perhaps some light snow into Wednesday as well. Next Thursday, hey, we could see some sunshine. There are 2 days of sunshine in that forecast, so let's get ready to celebrate those 30s by Friday and next Saturday with more chances for some snow. So winter is not over, but for the most part, these temperatures remain well above normal.
So Jimmy could see a shadow. The one day it's sunny.
The one day it's sunny is the one day. Yeah, but either way, you still get 6 weeks of winter.
Yeah, I know.
I've always said that.
It's the middle of March.
Spring comes 6 weeks after Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Regardless.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I'll take the sunshine, too.
We will enjoy it. This is Midwest. You know, Midwestern winter is very cloudy, so let's enjoy that sunshine when it comes our way.
Thank you, Chris. Well, as the coronavirus concern increases in the United States, many people are now wearing face masks in public areas. Earlier this week, we reported that several drugstores in the Madison area had even sold out of them.
Kenneth Gregg speaks with an infectious disease doctor about whether those masks do any good.
From the streets of New York City to airports around the nation, we're seeing more and more people donning face masks after a handful of cases of the new coronavirus landed in the U.S.
I feel a little bit more safe having it. I know it's not 100%, but I think it would be unwise not to take any precaution I can.
While it may make some people feel better to have them, the CDC says wearing a face mask to protect yourself from this new coronavirus is actually not recommended.
It is unnecessary. As we said, in the United States, the risk to any individual American is extremely low.
That's because there's not much evidence that face masks benefit the general population. Dr. Frank Esper is a pediatric infectious diseases doctor at the Cleveland Clinic. He says it's really the sick person that should wear a face mask.
If they are feeling like they have symptoms, we do ask them to put on a mask when they're coming to waiting rooms or the emergency department or when they're going into a public space. It helps prevent the spread of infection.
In fact, face masks are not recommended even during the throes of the flu season. Experts say there are better steps to stay healthy.
So wearing a mask when you don't have symptoms is not really that helpful. What is helpful, though, is washing your hands.
And also, try not to touch your eyes, nose, and mouth because viruses can spread easily from common surfaces. Kenneth Gregg, CBS News, New York.
So if you're sick, wear the mask.
Right.
But if you're not, doesn't do anything.
That doesn't do much good.
All right. When we come back, we are sharing information about a new Social Security scam to be aware of.
And tonight at 5, a 19-year-old from Fitchburg is sentenced on murder charges. We'll share how long he will spend in prison.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
This is home. This is Attic Angel Community, where your passions can flourish and heartstrings connect in lasting ways. With smiles, laughs, and good friendships. Where beauty and comfort surround you. Where every day is worth living. This is home and life's pleasures are here. Attic Angel Community, bringing out the magic of living.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Qualified lessees can get this 2020 Chevy Equinox for $219 a month. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings. That's on top of most other offers.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
Tonight at 5, could there be new witnesses in the case against President Trump? We'll have the latest from Capitol Hill as lawyers answer senators' questions in the impeachment trial.
Skies will remain cloudy through the end of the week. There'll be a few flurries this evening and some flurries and freezing drizzle tomorrow night and Friday. My first alert forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, there's a bit of a debate over what Wisconsin's state cheese should be. Why some argue it should be Colby based on its Wisconsin history. The complete story on News 3 now at 6.
Look at Lake Mendota. We were just talking about how the ice is probably thinning out there, and it's
40s this weekend.
Exactly, going to get even thinner. So be careful if you're anybody on those tracks out there. All right, it starts with a robocall, then a scary message about Social Security fraud.
It's one of the most troubling scams targeting senior citizens. Today, the Senate heard from a devastated woman who lost her entire life's savings. Michael George reports.
It truly is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
Utah resident Michelle Anderson says she was distracted taking care of her grandchildren when the calls started coming in.
Your social has been found suspicious for committing fraudulent activities.
The caller claimed Anderson's Social Security number had been compromised. On Capitol Hill Wednesday, she described how she fell for the con.
This man told me that my family was in danger, that my Social Security number was being used by a very powerful drug cartel, and that they would be watching my every move. That to protect our money, I would need to transfer all of it to a safe offshore account.
She wired more than $150,000 to Hong Kong before she realized she'd been scammed.
I was asked by someone, how could you be so stupid? At the time that I was going through it, it was very real.
Seniors lost nearly $38 million to the Social Security scam last year alone, and many are embarrassed to admit they fell for it.
The emotional and psychological toll for those who have lost hard-earned life savings are beyond measure.
Many fraudulent calls are from foreign countries, and the Justice Department is cracking down on telecom companies to stop them from routing those calls to U.S. phone numbers. For now, millions are getting through.
If a caller says there's a problem with your Social Security number or account, hang up.
The Social Security Administration says the best way to protect yourself is knowing how to spot a scam. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
It's scary.
Yeah, very.
All right, when we come back, we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs.
We will find out what he thinks of the 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, a truck built for off-roading. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Into the engine. In the summer, you turn it around.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
What does help for heart failure look like?
The beat goes on.
It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10.
The beat goes on.
It looks like Jonathan on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Yeah. Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
I don't know. What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Get $3,750 cash allowance on most Equinox models. Plus, current GM owners can get an additional $750 cash allowance. And eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings.
America isn't just sick of Donald Trump. America's getting sicker. There are 1 million more uninsured Americans every year under Trump, and he's repeatedly tried to repeal Obamacare. Mike Bloomberg will make sure everyone without health coverage can get it, and everyone who likes theirs keep it, while capping fees to lower costs. As mayor, he helped expand coverage to 700,000 more people and champion women's reproductive health. As president, he'll give access to everyone.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Get incredible savings on your new mattress during Steinhafels President's Day sale. Right now, save up to $800 on an adjustable base, plus up to $300 in bonus cash and free next-day delivery with any Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, or Stearns & Foster set purchase. Plus, take advantage of 0% financing that's right for you. With free delivery, bonus cash, and up to $800 in upgrade savings, you can't make a mistake. It's Steinhafels President's Day sale.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
We are, of course, keeping a close eye on the evening commute for the folks who are headed home. This is the Beltline at Park Street right now. We're seeing traffic, and it is moving smoothly. So far, no major delays showing up. That slowest stretch is actually between Park Street and about John Nolan right now. That's where your speed is about 34 miles per hour. But elsewhere on the Beltline, both directions, anywhere from about 55 to 65 miles per hour is that average traffic speed. Downtown, we're seeing some slowdowns in and around campus once again. So make sure you're using some caution in those areas. Get home safely today, folks, so we can see you back here tomorrow.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Tesla's electric truck rival Rivian is hoping to steal the spotlight with a new video that shows its electric vehicle doing full 360 turns from a standstill. The company calls it the quad motor tank turn and says the high-tech feature will be available on both its R1T and R1S models. The company has gained financial backing from Amazon, Ford, and Cox Automotive. Rivian expects its truck to go on sale later this year, starting at about $69,000.
The tank turn is optional.
I don't, anyway,
Yeah.
I don't get it. But there you go. The mid-size pickup truck market remains red hot, with almost every brand introducing a model or two.
But it's fair to say that the Toyota Tacoma is still the odds-on favorite for a lot of shoppers, from its basic work truck configuration to our test truck today, a luxury off-roader Tacoma, or Taco for short. Let's check it out as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs.
What have we here?
We have the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Now this is an off-road machine designed 100% for people who like to take their trucks out into the woods, up into the mountains, or maybe even into the desert.
Yes, kids, this TRD Pro, which stands for Toyota Racing Development, is one tough truck, especially in Army Green. I mean, this is an off-roader.
Yeah, it's definitely all set up with a specially tuned off-road suspension. You've got these 33-inch off-road tires on 16-inch wheels. They're Kevlar belted so that when you hit rocks, they're almost bulletproof.
There are bash plates underneath to protect those vital internal organs. And then there's this thing, a $700 option.
This is a desert air intake. So it's not a snorkel. It's not so you can go underwater. What this does is when you're riding fast in the desert, the dust from the trucks in front of you will fly up and hit in here, and that would clog the engine. So they put this on here so you can bring in clean, fresh air into the engine.
An option you probably don't need in desert-free Wisconsin. Toyota upgraded the Tacoma from a compact to a mid-size truck in 2005. They gave it a major refresh in 2015, but the basic architecture of the 2020 Tacoma dates back to a 2005 Tacoma.
It's starting to feel a little dated.
A little dated, but still number one.
And it competes with the Ford Ranger, the Chevy Colorado, the Jeep Gladiator, Honda Ridgeline, and Nissan Frontier are really the big competitors in this category. But this far and away the best seller. In the U.S., it's a Tacoma. All over the world, this is known as the Hilux, and they have millions of them on the road all over the place, from, you know, the outback in Australia to the jungles of Africa to, you know, the fields in the Midwest here. This is just a workhorse of a truck.
Our test truck with that Desert Air intake, stickers at $49,700. That's a little less than some of the other off-roaders, but you know, you get what you pay for.
There's an old saying that, you know, if you want to go deep into the desert, you take a Land Rover. If you want to get back, you take a Toyota.
That's a good line, Harvey.
You know, I heard it from somebody. I'm happy to steal it.
There you go.
You love this thing.
You know, I love getting off-road. I love going out into the woods. To me, that truck speaks to me. I love the design. And I even like the fact that they haven't overdeveloped it, over-modernized it.
So the engine is a...
It's a 3.5-liter V6 that they've been using in that truck for a long time. It's proven technology, and that's why you get a truck like that, because it's going to run forever for you.
Does it make sense to you that this is still on top of the list as far as the type of truck out there?
Yeah, I mean, what happened was early in the 2000s or 2010s, Ford and Chevrolet got out of the market.
Sure.
They left it all to Toyota. They came in and took it, and now Ford and Chevy are trying to get it back. But
Too late.
Toyota makes a really
Trying to play catch up.
All right, ridesanddrives.com for more on this truck and all the other vehicles we've done. Harvey, we'll see you next time.
Great, thank
We'll
you.
have final check of your weather coming up.
B-roll playback. 3.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
I suffered with psoriasis for so long.
I felt gross. People were afraid I was contagious.
I was covered from head to toe. I was afraid to show my skin.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentix. I wasn't covered anymore.
4 years clear.
5 years now.
I just look and feel better.
See me.
Cosentix works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better with Cosentix.
5 years is just crazy.
See me.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentix could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
Year 3 begins at Hogwarts in a special live concert event. Watch as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in concert.
Tickets at overture.org.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Hi, folks. With health officials monitoring possible coronavirus cases here in Wisconsin, we're asking our medical expert on how to spot the signs.
And how much do you know about the prescriptions you're taking? We'll tell you how to find out more.
Join us starting at 4:30.
See you then.
In a plastic world, UW engineers are working on ways to reduce plastic use and waste.
The technology to recycle waste plastics is very inefficient, and then when we recycle them, they're all contaminated.
How we can all help fight the plastic plague. Thursday on News 3 now at 10.
Maybe a flurry or two?
Yeah, that's certainly possible as we go through tonight. That's one of the things we're going to be looking for. Those temperatures will fall into the upper teens.
Ooh.
So we were talking about the lake, the thin ice, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to freeze overnight tonight. Tomorrow's going to be another day that we stay below freezing. Look for those highs right around 30. We're going to keep the clouds around, but this is the trend that I think folks are going to get excited for. Sunday, 42. Monday, 41. And the beauty about Sunday is that Sunday comes with sunshine as well. So any snow that's out there might turn to a little bit of soup before we freeze it back again as we go through the week ahead. We'll also be watching some snow chances. I'm really highlighting Tuesday and Wednesday for there to be a storm system as you go back into that colder air. And that's typically what happens when you go from warm to cold. There's a storm system with it. So we'll see.
Super Sunday.
Super Sunday.
Sunday indeed.
All right.
Sunny.
Thank you, Chris. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll meet this month's top-notch teacher.
And we venture out onto a frozen Lake Mendota that we're not sure is quite frozen anymore, but we're previewing this year's Frozen Assets celebration put on by the Clean Lakes Alliance.
Speed skating, some figure skating.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings. Don't miss our new Fitchburg showroom grand opening now through March 31st.
Get a fresh start with the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller. The new 2019 Ram 1500, the most awarded light-duty truck in America. Get 0% APR for 60-month financing or 1.9% APR for 72 months. Rebates and incentives up to $3,000 on all remaining new 2019 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. The Ram 1500, a 2019 IIHS top safety pick. Great rebates and incentives now at the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller, your Madison truck headquarters.
Don Miller.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentix works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out.
I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis are feeling real relief with Cosentix. Cosentix is a different kind of targeted biologic. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis to help you look and feel better. It even helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentix.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Visit our new Fitchburg showroom grand opening now through March 31st.
In today's Final Touch, a man bought a Rolex watch in 1974 for $345.97.
The Air Force veteran brought the watch to the Antiques Roadshow and got the surprise of a lifetime when he found out the Rolex had increased in value